Hi, it's Ashley from AB Sound Advice. Today we are doing a product review on the Koss Porta Pros on-ear headphones. Now, again, a customer of mine is a real headphone buff and he knows who he is, and thank you very much. And I only just told him yesterday that in my phone now I've had to have called him the headphone guy. He certainly, I thought I owned a lot of headphones. He certainly has a few as well. So again, thank you for loaning these. He said he heard in one of my reviews on a headphone that I'd love to have a pair of Koss with the foam on them. And yes, he did provide me some Koss with the foam on it. And the Porta Pros are absolutely a fantastic headphone. Came out in the 80s. But the actual headphone that I was talking about, and if somebody has one of these floating around, is the HV/1A, and they came out in about 90. Well, they've been out since the 70s, but I think the HV/1A pluses came out in 1987. So they were the ones I owned, and they were the ones that I really would love to see or hear again if somebody has some floating around. I'd love to revisit that. But today, these ones came out in about 1984, my memory serves me right. And wow, all these years later, they're still making them. There's a few more versions of these Porta Pros, but today we're dealing with the basic one. So just straightforward cable, terminating to 3.5. And it was actually interesting when you actually go on their website and read what's inside the box. It says one pair of Porta Pro headphones. And clearly that was all in the box. So this is the starting point for the Koss Porta Pro, and then from there you can go up the range, and of course you can have a microphone. There's a Bluetooth version, there's some limited editions and all that sort of stuff as well. But today I really am looking forward to telling you guys obviously about the Porta Pros, and they are absolutely fantastic speaker. You know, a headphone speaker, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's like having a pair of speakers attached to your head. It's just hard to believe that something so light. And of course, the look's not for everybody. It is remembering from an 80s. But if you really are getting them for sound and for the dollars spent, I don't think there'd be anything out there that'd come near this. These have got a retail in our part of the world between $99 and maybe $120. And then I think in America it might be about $59 US, so, or $49 depending where you're looking. So wow, what a price, what a sound. And if you are looking for a pair of these and you're based over in Sydney, Australia, you can go see the boys at Pacific Hi-Fi. I was talking to one of the guys here just recently, and I said, "You're still doing Koss?" I said, "Yep." And I said, "Mate, what about the Porta Pros?" And as soon as I said that, he said, "Mate, still a big selling headphone." So all these years later, they're still ranking as one of the best entry-level headphones you can buy, but they are not entry-level by any way I mean. These sound fantastic. I've been listening to them for a couple of days now, and pretty hard to take off my head now. Of course, they're designed to be attached to your mobile device or laptops, all that sort of stuff. I actually took the trouble to plug these into my, the Fuba HD headphone amp. I ran it through the Marantz HD HAC1, and I also ran it through the topping and also a valve amplifier, and wow, it just got better. So it really is. It amazes me in all these years of playing with headphones, and thinking about, you see in my reviews, I do a lot of headphones. These would be the cheapest headphones that I've done a review on, but I always knew Koss was an amazing headphone, and to come back and revisit this and re-listen to them again all these years later. And by the way, I used to sell these around about 7 or 8 years ago when I actually had a store, and they just flew out the door. And I couldn't believe it. I'm thinking, I didn't take much notice. I guess back then I was so busy playing with high-end stuff, I'd forgotten about these. And when these were handed back to me, I'm going, okay, I can remember now. And I was thinking about, too, just to cover this off, those other headphones I was talking about, the HV-1As, they had a US $499.95 retail. So I guess back in the day, in the 80s, that potentially would have been maybe $1,000 headphone in this part of the world. So I suppose when I think back to the 80s, I probably didn't realize at the time what I'd actually purchased. It really, in today's dollars, I'm probably would be equivalent with playing with maybe a $3,000 pair of headphones. I'm not sure, but just to give you a little bit of a correlation. And if you do have a chance, you want to look them up, just Google search Koss headphones HV/1A, and some of you guys, and that's what I was talking about. They've got the big foam rings on them. When you see them, if you recognise them, you go, wow. And if you've owned a set, I bet you got some very fond memories of those. So, back to the Porta Pros. Now, as I said, they are Porta Pro. Porta Pro is portable. It's to take around. They fold down to nothing. I mean, you look at this. You just fold that across there, fold that across there. These click into there. It really is tiny. There wouldn't be... They fit them in your pocket, in a jacket pocket. Really, they wouldn't. They're nearly. I mean, I know this is exaggerating. Nearly as small as an eye, the earbud type product in its case. But obviously, we know it's a bit bigger than that. But they are certainly small. They don't weigh anything. They probably remind you of the airline headphones, but with a superior sound quality. And the other thing that I'll just quickly, finding specs on this was equally a lot of fun too. I guess they're 5-star rated everywhere. It's very hard to find anything negative about them, and I'm certainly not going to be saying anything negative because I mean this is a case where I'm on side with everybody on these ones. So I'll just give you some specs. The frequency response is 15 through to 25,000 Hz. Independent 60 ohms. Sensitivity 101 dB SPL. And the cord is a straight dual entry 4-foot cable with terminated with 3.5. And as I mentioned before, it makes me smile. You can definitely tell this is an 80s product. What's in the box? And it says Koss Porta Pro headphones. So you couldn't get more exact than that, could you? Now, I don't normally do this, but I wanted to read you just the blurb line on these, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but it says the Koss Porta Pro collapsible stereo phone combines a high-quality sound reproduction, a unique design, ultimate in convenience and comfort, over-the-head earphones with a dynamic element design for deep bass performance and a frequency response, which we covered off before, to ensure the music comes through clear and bright. Well, also, before I go down the sound road, also a little switch on the side here. You can adjust it from firm, light, medium, light, and that's the pressure that it actually has on your head. So there is an adjustment on the side for the left and the right. I've got to tell you the sound straight off the bat. If you didn't know what they looked like and you didn't know what they were worth and you were listening to these, they're really going to be giving some headphones up to $199 to $249, even up to $299 a run for their money. And I can't even believe I'm saying that, but I want a set, and I'm actually considering probably getting the limited edition gold black version, and I've read up on that too. There seems to be a slight sound variance. I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to do an A/B with this, but if you're looking for a portable headphone, you don't mind a cable, and you really want that fun. I mean, they're just so much fun. I mean, they're just exciting. I mean, really, out of everything you've seen me do headphone reviews on, they're just so light, comfortable. It doesn't matter. You don't feel as if anything can go wrong. You chuck them around on the lounge, or you don't feel as if it really is amazing. For all these years later, and I said to my daughter this morning, "What do you think?" She said, "Oh, Dad, they're different." And I said, "Would you wear some?" She said, "Oh, maybe." And I said, "Well, what if they sounded good?" "Oh, yeah, do that." And she said, "They look like maybe a robot should wear them." And I think, I guess if it really comes down to a look, this may not be for you. But if you really are looking for a sound and you want portable, light, and you maybe want to get one with a mic built in, and you're working on your laptop doing a lot of Zoom calls and stuff like that, the voices, the music, there's nothing I played on this. I really cannot believe how these sound. It's really a struggle for my brain that for around $100, these headphones are just absolutely outstanding. So I can't, other than me spending another minute just telling you how awesome they are, I think you're just best to, if you know somebody, read the reviews. They are definitely worth having. And as I said, I I've actually want to hold on to these for another week or so to continue listening to them, but they're so addictive. Once you put them on, you don't want to take them off. They're just everything: 80s music, new music, old music. I played everything. I even ran it through, as I said, through the iPhone. I also ran masters off Tidal. I also through Apple. Everything I put through them, it didn't matter. They're just a absolutely enjoyable set of headphones. So I hope you've enjoyed today's product review on the old Koss Porta Pros. I mean, think about the name Porta Pro. Back in those days, they're saying it's a professional headphone, it's portable, and I think that covers it off. So really, wow. So don't really, if you can get away in it and you can just accept the way these look, you really would struggle to get a sound as good as these. So I hope you've enjoyed today's product review on the Koss Porta Pro on-ear headphones. And again, thank you for tuning into AB Sound Advice. And thank you again to Mr. Headphone Guy who loaned them to me. Wow. I knew when you handed those to me, I told you straight off the bat I love them. And really all you've done is reconfirmed it. And thank you for that. I'm actually going to probably have to get a set. So have a great night, guys. And again, thank you for tuning into AB Sound Advice.